Today, we have an NFC fighting store between the Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers. This weather is not cooperating as we're set to go. And here we go from Lambeau. Luke McCaffrey now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down.
At their own 32-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 1918.
Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go.
To Pitts it goes. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Lasers this one deep down the middle. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Set, ready. Hunt, hunt.
Love throwing to start us off. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So at the 20, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Set,
Back to the air. Love. This one falls incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately no connection to be made.
got it.
Now this opening drive not going anywhere yet. Already 3rd and 10.
Set. 33, yellow. Ready.
They'll throw 3rd and long. The incompletions continuing to stack up here, Brock. 3 straight plays as the defender knocks it away. Now it's 4th down. The Packers send out their punting unit. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield stripe. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Warren once more. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Play action now with Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Bronco switch, Bronco switch, Bronco.
2nd down give to Krosky-Merritt. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Come on. 70 Timberwolves.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. That one complete to Pitts. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
On the jump.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
Ready. Cougar 19.
From the red zone on 1st. Caught by Warren out of the backfield.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
At the 11-yard line.
Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal.
Go. Ready.
Here's Daniels. Screen pass here for Krosky-Merritt. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Anticipating the pass, defense out there in dime. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Rose caught. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do it through the offseason, do it through training camp, you do it in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
The offense staying on the field from a bit of a distance here. They're going for it on 4th and goal. Daniels is going to throw again. Pass it down close. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders go up 6-0 here in the 1st. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
Ready, set.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Ready. Set, ready, ready.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
Shotgun now for Love. He puts some juice on it. Deep throw down the middle.
You know they're going to keep giving him looks, keep calling pass plays. You cannot survive a game without a completion, but the results so far, yeah, they've been a little bit rough.
Here we go. Ready.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Got his man. It's Golden. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. And just like that, he's on the board. Not a moment too soon, partner. They needed him to start connecting as soon as possible.
Kate, they've not disguised what they want to do. Passing game has been just really prevalent. The numbers have been called. But finally, as you said, their first completion.
He'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Ready, ready. 3rd down.
And they just get the play off. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So now that we've sorted that flag out, we've arrived at the end of the 1st. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. So this is going to be 2nd down and long following the holding flag.
Set.
Love from the gun. Chased out to his right. Here's pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders' defense. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
On now comes their punter. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. New set of downs for him. It starts at the 38.
It's a gain of 10.
Ready.
Krosky Merritt on 1st down. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle.
This dude was just not going to be stopped, not by the first defender, heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Running once again with Krosky Merritt. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
At the 47-yard line.
Daniels on 1st down. Catch is made down the right sideline. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 13-0 lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And this is Savion Williams on the return. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. Quick slant into the hands of Golden. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Right?
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Come on, set. Yellow, 22. Hut, hut.
First down throw, here's Love. Short pass brought in. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And it'll give the Packers the first.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 10 black. Ready?
Give to Jacobs from the pistol. He brushed him off with ease. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Finds his man. It's Crab. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Packers, first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Ready. Ready.
They'll run, Jacobs. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but he didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot. And can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Love looking to pass. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. They just can't finish the play. Couldn't hang on to the interception, but the momentum's still on the defensive side here ahead of this 3rd down.
52 blue. Set.
Love now. They're in trouble now, and the ball is out. But it looked like the Packers were able to cover it. No turnover. They keep possession. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn, ready for the field goal try. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that gets him back to within 11.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the track. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
He's going to field this at the 2. This makes it up to the 25.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
60 bikes, 60 bikes.
Starting on the ground here, Kronsky Merritt. He'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Throwing on first down, Daniels. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Denzel Ward makes the play.
Daniels pass. Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Packers getting set here. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
Takes the handoff, now Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Down. Striker. 3, blue, 32. Hut, hut.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
3rd and long for him here. Pass caught out right by Golden. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. So they'll decline this and take the results.
Ready. Set, hut, hut.
Love with it on first down. Completed over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 33-yard line. Tackle made by Trey Amos. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
As any quarterback will tell you over the course of their career, it's not easy to deliver an accurate throw as you're about to get smacked.
2nd down now. They need 7.
Ready. Set, hut.
Love now to throw. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger game.
Here's a deep shot towards the end zone. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send him back to the line for 2nd.
Incomplete.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
He's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick. 3rd and 1 now. Love. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short.
A 43-yard attempt.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here comes Williams on the return. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go. 50.
Play action. Love. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these. and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
45, wide. Ready.
2nd and 10. Love trying again. Hits him on the out route. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
60 red. Check, smash. Ready.
Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there. That's going to be a penalty. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5.
50, down. Claws red. 33, yellow. Smash, red. Set, go.
They'll run here following the penalty. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Let's go now. Red, 38. Ready?
To the air with Love. Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
It sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Set, go. 10 black.
Now a toss. This is Jacobs. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And another small 4-yard chunk there. Leo Chanel able to bring him down.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
That's a catch. Looks like he's in bounds. Good effort, but still short of the 1st.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
On the double.
That field goal unit is still on the sidelines. They are going for this.
Here we go. Set, cut.
They'll run for this. Pickup of 2 here. And the conversion sets them up with a new set of downs.
I got a smile on my face up here in the booth, Kate, because they just took one of the more unsung heroes and put him in a position not just to succeed on this play, but to be the guy everyone could celebrate when he converts.
Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
There's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Let's go. 50, green. Ready.
Back to the air. Love. Taken in by Williams outright. And he's brought down after a short gain. 3rd down. Commanders in the dime. 6 DBs out there.
Here we go. Ready.
He'll air it out on 3rd. Got his man. It's Golden. And he's tackled after a big gain, but he's not going to get to keep the yards or the 1st down that he picked up either. We got a flag down in the neighborhood of holding.
On the ready.
So they get dings for the holding. Got to wonder if that changes their call as they line this up for 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And that gets them back within 5.
Like the best kickers in this league, he's just keeping on with his job. That's a third now. He's not through the uprights. 3 at a time's not going to get it done in this game, though. Eventually, they've got to start running them out for some PATs.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Chooses to bring this one out. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Daniels setting up the play action. He rolls to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And there's that slide at the end, Brock. Good decision-making there as he picks up close to 8 on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Headed out right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window, don't risk yet another interception.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go. Ready?
They'll run with Warren. And they're turned away on 3rd and shorts. Actually might have lost a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down. The Commanders ready for the punt. J.K. Scott will kick it away. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Ready. Set.
From the pistol, here's Love. That one's caught along the left sideline. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Give him 32 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the 1st.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Pass it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. Hop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up.
It's 3rd and 16.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th.
Ready.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down.
Set. Ready. Set.
Love from the gun. Completes this one to Kraft. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being 4th down. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it.
Set. Punt. Set.
Desperation time here on 4th. He's got it complete to Reed. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after it.
He's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play 1st and goal situations too, because a run like that now, well, it leaves that whole playbook wide open for you.
Come on. Ready?
Love now off the play action. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Looks like we still have somebody injured out there following the play. So we'll pause as trainers get out to... Oh, they're looking at Jordan Love, the man in question.
Ready up.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the backup. First throw. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take a 4th quarter lead. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
45. One. Ready.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion. Brock, their lead now up to 3. A field goal. And we tie this one.
Yeah, the math is pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, it's certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
And the return man is hauled down. And the question now, Brock, is will we be headed backwards here? We've got a flag down. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 57 yards. And a Washington first down. A 57-yard gain. And the Washington
on first down, here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And Daniels with a smart business decision, sliding down after getting that first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Well, is caught. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 4th quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Packers 17. Will Riker to kick off.
Here's Riker set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Black, 95. 10.
Now a give on the counter. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14. Pass caught out right by Golden. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
He throws a bullet to the center of the field.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On the set.
So still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line.
Ready, set.
Shotgun now for Love. Has him on the quick hitter. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Their work doubly as difficult now after that holding call. It's 2nd and 20.
Ready, ready.
Love out of the shotgun. Golden there to grab it. And they're on it quickly there after that catch. So the gain's going to be to the 34-yard line.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
52, blue. Hut, hut.
Looking to throw. This one to Williams out left side. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be 4th down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Desperation time here. And that short gain is enough for a new set it down.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
He finds Jacobs here underneath. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commander's territory.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers losing by 4. 2nd and 3 now.
Here we go. Ready.
Loves to throw again. Trying to push deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Ready, ready, ready.
To throw. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. After the holding call, they're going to need even more now on 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Set.
Looking to throw it. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. New set of downs from the 37.
First down.
Set. Hut.
Back to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He's got a man left, and he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll take that kind of passing from the rookie out of USC. He gets him the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Set. Red, set.
Setting up to pass. On the move, headed right. Finds his man, it's Crabbe. He's out of bounds to set up 1st and goal, but they might not get to keep this. We've got a flag down.
Ready, ready. Down. Ready, ready.
He'll look to throw it. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here he is to throw. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Packers take their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. The Commanders in the dime set for this 3rd down. Throwing now. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
All right, down by 4. They got to have this one on 4th down.
Come on, set. Yellow, 22. Hut, hut.
Now to throw. He's got his man. This is Kraft. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal.
Yellow, 43. Drill green. Smash, red. Ready?
In the red zone on 1st. Catch is made in close. And he will score and give them the lead in the final minute. Extra point upcoming. This to put it to a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, this is McCaffrey. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion.
19 Tigers.
Throwing on 1st down. Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. Now he takes it, and he gets out of bounds, stopping the clock, but not the big play they needed. Just a gain of 5.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner. And throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on.
And 1 intended for Jalen Lane. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game.
Got it. Ready?
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down.
Ready?
Here he is to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. Here's a design run. So a historic venue in football sees yet